Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com, and today I want to talk about how commiserating with losers brings you bad results. It robs you of good results. I had someone telling me, well, don't you ever get tempted? Don't you ever have a bad thought? So hard controlling your mind and thinking good thoughts and blah, 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 blah. They just wanted to ramble and whine and complain because it takes a little bit of work. Oh, no. And I explained to them that temptation itself is not a sin. You get it tempted real quickly, you just cast it down. The problem with temptation is that most people don't do that. They start meditating on it. They start thinking about it. Do I ever get tempted? Of course, any man's tempted as long as he's here in this human flesh. You think, you have thoughts that maybe go against you or contrary to your faith in God. I'll have a thought will say, well, you could just take a week off. You don't have to make videos this week. Absolutely not. And that's as quick as it goes out. A thought comes in, it's like, wait, no, I'm going to do more. I'm going to do even more this week. I don't put up with it. And what happens is interesting is the more you have temptations that you overcome, they start getting weak and lessen to where you don't have a whole lot of temptation. Because you overcome them so victoriously, the devil or the enemy or whoever would dare to come your way and throw temptation before you knows they're just emboldening you in your faith and making you more powerful. The problem so many people have why they don't overcome is because they are not an overcomer. You got to be an overcomer by faith in Jesus. So that negative thought comes up, you say, nope. And listen, I don't care where you are. I'm not criticizing you if you have negative thoughts. I don't care. This is not some competition. This is you working on yourself and renewing your mind to the goodness and grace of God. If you have a negative thought and you cast it down and you have another negative thought and you have that 1,000 times a day, I don't care. As long as you're overcoming it, that will get lessened. That negative, low vibrational state that you've been operating in and thinking from will start to dissipate. And you will start to raise your vibrational state. You'll start to think more positively. You'll start to speak more positively. You'll start to speak boldly words of faith. You'll stop decreeing words of doubt. You'll stop decreeing words of, I can't do it. You'll stop decreeing words of, well, maybe God didn't want me to have this. You'll stop decreeing things that doubt God, that doubt your power by God's grace, and you'll start speaking words of life. I'm not going to commiserate with losers about temptation. I've had people tell me that so many times. Well, you should relate to people more by telling them your struggles. Why? I'm victorious. I don't want to talk about struggle. I don't want to talk about negativity. I want to speak words of life, speak boldness of faith. I don't want to relate to average people. I don't want to be relatable. That's ridiculous. Who wants to be relatable to people who are losing in life? If you're relatable to them, it's because you're losing. It's because you're one of them. Oh, I can relate to him. He's a loser too. Is that what you want to be? You want to commiserate with people who are losing in life? Talking up losing? Talking up this bad thing and that bad thing? My friend, you're victorious already by faith in Jesus. Why would you want to live that lowly state? It would be like being a billionaire and you choose to go sleep in the gutter and have no food and have torn, dirty clothes. You have access to billions of dollars, but you're living in the gutter. You, my friend, are that proverbial billionaire. You have the great boldness of faith in Jesus Christ, all the power of God readily present, available to you right here and now, and you're going to choose to wallow around in the gutter with the losers of the world? People who aren't victorious? People who claim to be Christians who are losing in life? I don't think so. And listen, obviously you can help people and explain to them that you've been where they are and you can show them how you got out of it. That's perfectly fine. But just going and reveling in losing, reveling in negativity and temptation, why? You, my friend, are victorious right here and now. This is the victory overcometh the world, even our faith. And greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. My friend, you have no reason to ever look back. You don't want to turn into a pillar of salt like Lot's wife. Stop looking back at the things of the past. Stop looking back at negativity. Stop looking back at those things you didn't want that happened. Start looking by faith, seeing boldly the vision God has given you, seeing the goodness and grace of God overflowing in your life, seeing the abundant life that Jesus came to give you. Like Paul says in Philippians chapter 3, verse 13 and 14, "Brethren, I count not myself to apprehended, but this one thing I do, forgetting those things which are behind and reaching forth unto those things which are before. I press toward the mark for the prize of the high calling of God in Christ Jesus." My friend, that is you. Stop looking back. Don't go, "Well, you know what? What bad thing happened?" Even if it's yesterday, even if it was 1 minute ago, I don't care. Now, you can look and see, okay, what happened here? Did I respond to a negative situation properly? Did I respond to a negative thought properly? And then change your behavior. That's all right. But if you're going back and just droning with other people, reminiscing over negativity, commiserating with the losers of the world about this bad thing that happened, that bad thing that happened, and I don't care if it's funny, because a lot of times that's the way people get out of it. "Well, you know, it's just a humorous story." Stop talking negativity. Stop talking doubt. Stop talking unbelief. It's not funny. It's not humorous. I don't care if people laugh about it. It is destroying you. It is destroying your life. Self-deprecating humor, while it may be funny, is not helping you in the least. So it's not really funny at all because it's destroying you. My friend, you have such a great life. You may not even know that right now because you've been so wallowing around, commiserating with the world, commiserating with losers, and not even seeing the great and glorious life you have right available to you. But you're like that person I talked about, the proverbial billionaire who's sleeping in the gutter, even though he's got billions. You have this access to this great, powerful faith in God, where you can literally have what you say. You can say to the mountain, "Be thou removed, and be thou cast in the sea," and don't doubt in your heart, but believe those things you say shall come to pass. You'll have whatsoever you say. That is Jesus' promise to you, and that is your life right here and now, if you'll believe it. And by believing it, it doesn't mean just making it some doctrinal creed that you write down somewhere and say, "I believe that." No, you start putting it into practice. If you really believe that you get what you say, if you really believe that you get whatsoever you say, are you going to keep speaking like the world? Are you going to keep speaking doubt and unbelief? Are you going to keep speaking negative things that happened in the past? Are you going to keep speaking about negative things you don't want to happen in the future? I don't think so. I hope this is a wake-up call for you. You have such a great and glorious life, and many people are squandering it, commiserating with losers. And the only thing you can get by commiserating with them is loss, because that is what they do. They lose. And yes, many professing Christians are losers. I'm not saying this is an attack. I'm saying this as a descriptive term because they lose in life. But that's not you, my friend, for our conversation is in heaven. My friend, you have great boldness of faith. Use your faith mightily for powerful things, for decreeing those things you want, for speaking life, for speaking edification, for speaking the word of faith. And my friend, if you'll do that, and you'll do that enough, and you'll be consistent with it, you'll start to have a glorious life. And on that note, I would encourage you to get my book, The 7-Day Positivity Diet, because it'll absolutely be a blessing for you. It'll help renew your mind to understanding why it's so important to be positive. And it's not just about positive thinking, but that's the easiest way to explain it. That you follow Philippians 4:8, and that you just think about things that are true and honest and just and pure and lovely and of good report and virtuous and praiseworthy. And because you think about those things from your good, pure heart that has been meditating and focused on those good things, you speak forth good things. You speak forth positive things. You speak forth the words of life. And my friend, you're going to have a blessed, abundant, and glorious life that people just can't imagine how you do it because you're so blessed by the Lord. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.